Parents James Edwards,
somebody could actually lose their life.
And Ryan Began say multiple limbs have come crashing into their yards. Both are fathers of young children.
The summertime, it's time to be outside, but you don't want to be in your backyard playing with this thing hanging over your head and dropping the occasional reminder of, what it can do.
Last summer, Began called Montgomery County 311, requesting that the dead tree be cut down. But now, nearly 1 year later, no progress.
We think it's important to try and, follow the appropriate protocol. But at a certain point, you just realize that you're not getting anywhere and you've got to try and, make yourself heard.
And so Began contacted 7 on Your Side. 1 day later, an arborist with Montgomery County surveyed the tree, promising to have it cut down by the end of next week.
There's been a lot of punting back and forth. I think the response this week, since having called 7 on Your Side, has been fantastic. They were out here twice today, and if they follow through and take it down within the next few days or week, I'd say it's A+ in the last week. But this has been a year plus in the making, so that's really not good for a tree of that nature that could really do some serious damage.
And here is one more look at that dead tree. A Montgomery County spokesperson says part of the year-long delay stemmed from confusion over whose property the tree was on. That spokesperson telling us a crew armed with chainsaws and cherry pickers will be out here tomorrow to begin the big project. We're live in Potomac. I'm Kevin Lewis, ABC 7 News.
Kevin, thank you. At least 6 people are dead following severe flooding in Europe. Several rivers flooded from Paris to Bavaria in southern Germany. That's an area about 600 miles wide. Thousands of people trapped in their homes by the fast-moving floodwaters. In Paris, boat tours on the Seine have been canceled. Some rail lines have shut down. And how about this? The Louvre Museum is moving artworks to their upper floors.
Holy cow.
Incredible.
Well, closer to home, Texas Governor Greg Abbott now has declared a state of disaster in 31 counties hard hit by flooding. Look at these pictures. May now becomes the wettest month on record in Texas, and more rain is on the way. In the Houston area alone, hundreds of people had to be evacuated because of flooding on the Brazos River. Stay with us. We'll have more on the flooding in Texas a little later on in the newscast. But they have had to rescue people from their homes because it's come up so fast.
Man, around here, though, just humid, sticky, summer-like.
If you remember back in when we went from April to May, we had that stretch of 15 straight days of rain.
Right.
But the rain was really very light. These people are having those kind of stretches with torrential downpours.
5 to 7 inches in some of those storms.
That's what happens. Yeah, bad stuff.
Wow.
All right, let's get started here on a Thursday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine in the metro area. We'll start a live look from our WeatherBug camera high atop Allegheny High School in Cumberland. And if you look on the left-hand side there, that is an unmistakable live image of a thunderstorm. Watching it from higher elevation and probably 8-10 miles away from this vantage point here. So plenty of rain and a lot of lightning and thunder with it. Let's keep your eye on this cell, what the edge of it looks like, because we'll look at it now on Doppler radar, and you can see it right now just to the southwest of Cumberland, that storm. There's several others. You get close to Charlottesville, they have torrential downpours and thunderstorms, and you see little dots of red and yellow here indicating still at this time of the afternoon of these storms developing a bit. The leading edge now is still west of Warrenton, but it's crossed over the Blue Ridge. So we think as we get through later this evening tonight, especially 10, 11 o'clock midnight, the metro area could see showers or an isolated thunderstorm as well. Again, the heaviest areas at the moment, well north and west Cumberland, up into the mountains of southwestern Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, as we look off the coast, this is Bonnie, a tropical depression right now, but it could get a bit stronger briefly as it heads back over the Atlantic Ocean. Here we could use rain to get rid of the pollen, but just heavy moisture in the air, very little rain, although it threatens a lot. And with that this morning, high levels of grass pollen, high levels of mold spores, moderate range for tree pollen. As far as the temperatures, with clouds and sunshine mixed, we're in the lower 80s, and that's what we expected for today, slightly cooler than yesterday. 75 in Annapolis, 77 in Baltimore. Cooler to the east because the winds are coming off the Atlantic Ocean, a little bit warmer when you get to the metro area. Now, as far as Bonnie goes, the latest from the Hurricane Center has it now offshore, just offshore, 60 miles northeast of Cape Hatteras Light. And according to their computer models, it will develop into a very low-end tropical storm again with 40-mile-per winds tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. Will maintain through the afternoon. Then it will downgrade. So it'll get a little kick as it moves across the Gulf Stream waters, and then it'll hit cold, cooler waters farther east and will begin to fall apart slowly. Futurecasts. Midnight tonight, showers in the area possibility over